Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about some new drugstore launches, and let me tell you, the drugstore is launching new products left and right over the last couple of days. I've got several sitting here on my vanity. I'm going to split these products into multiple videos because I have so much to talk about and I want to show you some swatches, demo them as well. So I wanted to split this video up, and today it's going to be on the new Maybelline Tints. Yes, a new lip product from Maybelline. And I'm also going to throw into this video the new highlighters from L'Oreal, the Lumi Lay Glow Highlighter Sticks. I've got two shades. We'll do the highlighter towards the end of the video. I want to start off first with the lip products, show you some swatches, so if you're interested in that, then just continue watching. So let's talk the Superstay Teddy Tints from Maybelline first. There are 10 shades in total for the range. I ordered 3 from the Ulta site. I had early access and I was able to snag the 3 shades that I was most interested in trying. These are $12.99 through Ulta. They will eventually be in stores at major retailers, I'm sure, that carry the Maybelline line. So these are a new launch and I'm so excited because I think that Maybelline does really great products at the drugstore. When I saw this launch, I knew I had to snag a couple of shades. So I'm going to talk you through the 3 shades that I picked and show you some swatches of them. But just quickly, this is supposed to be a up to 12 hour wear with no transfer. You can build these up so you can wear them sheer, blurred, bold, or even on the cheeks as well. I did not demo them on the cheeks for today's video. Maybe I'll add some towards the end because I do already have a little bit of blush, but I thought we could kind of amp that up because more is more when it comes to blush. So we'll do that towards the end. But the demos, we're going to start off with the 3 shades. I'm going to start with the lightest, work my way to the darkest. The first shade that I purchased is called Current Mood, and this one is a little bit more of a kind of peachy vibe to it, and I think it's a really pretty shade, a very soft peachy tone that looks like a very everyday kind of throw it on with pretty much any look with a little bit of makeup on the eyes or a full eye look. This is one of those kind of shades that I feel like I can pull off pretty easily with pretty much anything that I wear. And when these go on, they feel very velvety, very plush and cushiony on the lips. They feel very comfortable and they don't feel quite drying, which is very surprising because I typically don't like to wear long wear lip formulas because they tend to be more dry. But this does have a bit of a kind of fluffy feel to the lips. And I guess that's the best way, that kind of fluffy, moussey, and I guess that teddy bear tint name is pretty accurate because when you look at the pictures and some videos that Maybelline has posted on their Instagram page, they have a cute little teddy bear that they use as part of the campaign for these. And it just looks like a fluffy, kind of soft look to it, and that's exactly what you get when you apply these. Then the next deepest shade that I ordered was number 15. It's called Skinnydip. This is a little bit deeper, a little bit more of a darker kind of rose shade. I do think this is a really pretty shade that can be built up, like I said, with the formula. That's what one of the claims is, that you can build this up. But I do like how I can do a soft kind of blurred, almost blotted lip look to where it looks like there's not much there. And then I can build this up to be more intense, more bold. So I like this shade because it's a little bit deeper and it has that kind of more deep rose that looks very fall appropriate. So I do like how this looks. And then the darkest shade and the last one that I picked up is number 55, and this is called Kneehigh. This one is a little bit deeper than the previous one that I just showed you. This one has a little bit more of a mauve kind of tone to it, and I like this shade. And I thought this was going to be a little bit lighter, but that's what I'm wearing right now on my lips as I'm filming this video. I thought this was going to be a little bit lighter, but it actually has a little bit more depth to it, so I will personally share this out just a little bit more. But I wanted to show you the swatch of this color. It's a really pretty kind of pinky, mauvey type of tone. It's a nice kind of cool tone. Since the others do lean a little bit more on the warmer side, I wanted to throw in a kind of cool shade so I can kind of experience the cool tones from this line as well as some of the warmer tones. On my lips right now, like I said, I am wearing the Kneehigh, but I did do 2 layers, so 2 coats over the top and bottom. And I also threw in the Maybelline Lifter Liner in the shade Line Leader, which is one of my absolute favorite lip liners from the drugstore. This is one of my go-to shades for every day. What I ended up using this liner for is to help kind of clean up the edges and give me a more sculpted look, just because I'm so used to using a lip liner first, whether it's just to line or fill in entirely. I'm so used to doing that when I don't, I feel like I'm missing something. But that's just personal preference. You don't need to any sort of lip liner. You don't have to with these or any lip product if you don't want to, but I feel like it helps kind of clean the edges, and having it like that I think is ideal, especially for me because I did layer 2 coats of this Knee-High shade, which is giving me that sort of deeper kind of mauve-y cool tone pink shade. And I think that having a lip liner with something a little bit deeper is just a little bit cleaner looking on the lips. But if I were to do this Knee-High shade without a lip liner, I would just do a little bit like a coat to one layer and then just kind of dab it, sort of blotting it so that blurred effect, and then I would skip the liner all entirely. I've had this on for some time now as I've been kind of gathering my products and cleaning up my vanities so I can film, and it does feel really comfortable on the lips. I will say, I don't know if you can see, when I do 2 coats, I feel like it makes my lips a little bit sticky. Not sticky like gloss sticky, but do you see that? Where my lips kind of stick together. I'm not quite sure if this still has some bit of a dry down or if this is what it's going to do going forward for the rest of the time that I wear it. But it is something to note that if you put on a lot, it does feel like your lips stick together, almost like they're kind of like sticky, almost like tape. I don't know if that really kind of conveys what I'm trying to say, but they do feel slightly sticky. So I think that for me, I would probably only do just enough to cover my top and bottom lip, and I wouldn't just continue going over it. Since it is a matte sort of moussey formula, it doesn't feel like there's a lot. The only thing that I'm feeling at the moment is my lips kind of sticking to one another as I'm trying to talk. So that is kind of a bit of a disappointment. Now that we've got the Teddy Tints out of the way, let's talk L'Oreal's highlighter sticks. I'm going to combine that into today's video. I ordered 2 shades as well from the Ulta app. These are a new hot off the press. I have not even opened them yet. I'm going to swatch them and show you them up close and apply them, give you my first impressions here on camera. So there's 2 different options. There's 6 shades total, and they are on the Ulta app currently for $12.99. So they have the Lumi Lay Glass and the Lumi Lay Glow. So the glass one is supposed to give you a more glass effect on the cheeks, on the high points where you apply your highlighter, and it's supposed to be a little bit more of a sort of balmy kind of feel to it. And then the highlighter stick, the Lay Glow, is that traditional sort of cream highlighter look to the cheeks. So that glass skin is something that's popular. Some people love it, some people don't. I only ordered 1 shade in that glass formula just to try it out because I personally don't like too much of an emollient, kind of balmy, wet, like Vaseline look to the cheeks. That's not really what I go for, so that's why I only ordered 1 shade. And that one is the Glassy Pink Ballet. And then in the Lay Glow highlighter stick, I ordered Glowy Cream or Creme Chic. So that one looks to be like a really pretty type of shade. Definitely something that I could see myself wearing quite a bit. Mine does look a little busted on the top. That's okay. We can work with that. I think maybe just moving it around and just kind of messing with it before opening the seal kind of messed up the way it looks. But it's one of those typical stick highlighters. You twist it up and the product comes up as you use it. So this is the highlighter stick, the Lay Glow in Creme Chic. Here's a swatch of the Creme Chic shade in the Lay Glow formula. And this is the Lumi Lay Glass packaging, and as you can see, this one is quite glossy, very reflective as it's supposed to be, that reflective viral look to the cheeks. And this is the swatch of that Pink Ballet shade. And when you look at the differences between the two, obviously the shade difference is there, but you can tell the difference in the actual formula. One is a little bit more of that typical cream, which is the lightest one. And then when you move your hand, you can see that reflectiveness and that kind of glossy, kind of balmy look with the Ballet shade, the Pink Ballet, which is this one here. So I like how they came out with 2 different options. They did the same thing with their new liquid blushes, which are phenomenal, by the way. Some of my absolute favorite blushes. I use them all the time. They came out with a glowy version and then one that has a little bit more of a radiance and kind of like a dewiness to it. And I like how they gave you 2 options based off of your own personal needs and preferences. You will choose one or the other, or maybe both like I did just to try them out. But I do like the tones. I think that the shades that they offer are really pretty, very flattering. Of course, everything is going to be linked for you down below. So let's go ahead and apply one on this side, and then we'll apply the opposite color and formula on the opposite side of the face so you can kind of see what they look like and how they blend. So we're going to do the glowy one here, the Lay Glow, on this side. So I'm going to just kind of dab it and just kind of tap as I would with a stick highlighter. You could swipe, and if you do that, you don't really feel, if you're gentle, it doesn't really tug too much. So it's a nice kind of creamy formula, but that's the shade there. It's not blended. We will blend in a moment. With a small brush, I'm going to just tap and blend this in so that you can see this a little bit more blended. And that's that shade there. Let's go in with Lay Glass highlighter in Pink Ballet on this side, my left side. And I'm just gonna do a tiny bit. This is so creamy and emollient that I think the actual stick in mine is broken because it's kind of shifting around. It is very, very soft. So this is one that I would just tap to not disrupt my makeup underneath. And that's something to know. If you swipe too much, it may lift what's underneath because of that emollient base that it has. It is very sort of wet. Do you see that's not blended? Just swatch there. I'm going to take that same brush. I did wipe it off really well. And I'm going to tap to blend this in a little bit. And I'm going to give a feel. And this does feel very emollient. Not sticky, but there is a little bit of a tackiness to it where you feel like it's there. And if you continue to tap over it, it kind of blends with the warmth of your finger. You can blend it in, which I do like. And doing that, I was able to tone down that kind of wet. It almost looks like Vaseline when you first apply like a strip of this. But tapping it out, I was able to tone that down and blend it in and kind of melt that into the skin. So I do like the way this looks. And again, it's a time and place for me personally, but that is that Pink Ballet there. I do really like the tone of this Pink Ballet. This is beautiful. That really pretty kind of soft pink where it's not too obvious. It's there, but it's a little bit of an understated, very polished, very chic looking. It's pretty. It really is. I gotta hand it to him. It's a beautiful shade. This one here, for me personally, looks a little bit more golden than I thought going on, but I can kind of tap this out and blend this in, and it looks really pretty. I do see it sitting on the skin just a little bit more, and it could be just because I do have textured skin as well. But that's something that I notice with some highlighters. If it's a very intense, bold highlight, I can see it sitting on the skin versus something that's a little bit more sheer and light. And I like how this sort of balmy one kind of blends in, and you don't really see the starting and end points, right? You just see a bit more of a more pronounced high point because it's bringing forward that top part of my cheek, right? But you don't see a stripe. I feel like if I put too much of this one, you can kind of see it a little bit more. And it could also be the tone of this highlighter that I chose. So if I try something with a little bit more of a pinky base to it, I think it'll be better for me personally. I still think it's nice. I still think it's great to see a new launch from L'Oreal. L'Oreal is one of my favorite brands at the drugstore. I am very happy that I tried both of them, and I like the tone. So I hope that this was helpful for you to see those colors and see the demo. So now that we've got the swatches and the initial first impressions of both of these formulas, let's circle back to those Teddy tints and try to apply them as a cheek product and just kind of amp up my blush. I feel like a little bit more blush is okay and wouldn't hurt anybody, right? So I'm going to probably go with a shade that kind of matches the lip, and I think the best thing for me to do is try that Knee-High color with a little bit more of that coolness to go with that sparkle, which, let me tell you, that sparkle of glitter is like a cool icy pink, incredibly sparkly glitter. It's not a drugstore product, but I couldn't help myself. I've been wanting to try it for so long. I finally ordered it, and let me tell you, the glow and the glitter is out of this world. It's going to be listed and linked for you down below, and I think that this shade, the Knee-High from Maybelline, would go really well with the tones of that color. So let's go ahead and apply just a little bit of this to this side right here, just a little bit, because I don't know how this will blend on the cheeks. I'm going to go in with my dual complexion brush from e.l.f. and I'm going to start tapping this out just to blend. I know I have my highlighter already done, but that's okay. Okay, that did blend out quite nicely, actually. Okay, let's go ahead and just, you know what, for research purposes, let's build this up just a pinch more. Same brush. So that was incredibly easy to blend in, and I feel like that little bit of color just kind of amped up the tone of my cheeks, of course, by adding more product, but it also kind of tied in the lip combo that I did today with the whole overall look of my makeup today. So it's kind of like that monochrome look. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And I'm just going to do a tiny little bit. And you can use your fingers to blend these out. I like that kind of whipped, kind of moussey feel to it. So I think this is going to be a really nice formula for a blush, actually. I think I'm going to like this as a blush. Oh yeah, that's pretty. So now that I've swatched them, shown you the colors, demoed them, and given you my first impressions, I think overall, I like how these Teddy Tints from Maybelline blended out as blushes. For the lips, it still feels quite sticky. Do you see that? Weird. I know, I'm sorry, but I have to point it out. It's something that I can tell, especially when I'm talking. It's not so bad when I'm not talking. It's not something that you notice. You don't feel like a weird sensation. It's just when you press your lips together, they kind of get stuck. And the best way to describe it is like stuck like tape, not sticky, goopy stuck like a gloss kind of feel. It's totally different than that. But it's something to know, something that I'm going to share with you because that's part of being honest about what the formula feels like. Very pigmented, moussey, soft, kind of blurred. I like that kind of velvety look to the lips. And even though I'm not a long wear lip product gal, this is something that I can wear again, maybe just less so that I don't get as much stickiness because it doesn't feel dry. Like my lips are not shriveled. They don't feel like the product is just sucking the life out of my lips, which is why I don't do long wear matte formulas anyways. So this is kind of impressive, but also there's that slight bit of disappointment because of that stickiness. But I'm going to try it again, maybe less next time, and I will let you know in the wear notes when I do that. So I will still continue to play with these, and I do like the shades, and I like how the formula blended really nicely. Now for the new highlighters from L'Oreal, the Lumi Lay Glow and the Lay Glass. I personally like the Lay Glow formula better. I like the tone though of the glossy one, that pink ballet. So I think I want to order the glow version in a pinky kind of shade. I think that there's one that's like that. That's my thoughts on it. I will continue to use them and they're really beautiful. So if you're interested in a stick highlighter from the drugstore, I think these are worth checking out. In the description box down below, I'm going to list and link everything that I talked about in today's video, so those featured products, but I will also list and link the products that I'm wearing on my face in case you're curious about it. It's all drugstore except that glitter, which I want more. I want to put the glitter all over my face because it's just so pretty. It's a product that you can order through Ulta as well. So if you're going to pick up one of these products from L'Oreal or maybe pick up one of those Teddy Tints, you can also pick up that glitter because it is absolutely magical and just so incredible. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, for being here with me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Are you ordering these? Are you going to try them out? Have you already? Share your thoughts. Let's talk about it in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys. Subscribe so we can do this again in the future. I post every Tuesday and every Friday. And let me tell you, I've got more drugstore launches coming your way. So hit the notification bell so you get notified when those videos get posted. You can also follow me on Instagram. My username pops up here. You'll be the first to know there that a video is being posted and live on the channel. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you very soon. Take care, you guys. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.